it's going to tie another wee Irish shrimp style pattern. Now this one's called the Owenmore shrimp Tolan, and this is a fly from the late Michael Tolan, and this wee shrimp pattern would have been fished on the Owenmore and Owen Duff rivers in County Mayo, but it'll work all over Ireland and the UK. Now I'm going to start just to show you. I'm going to tap the these in 10s, 12s and 14s, so just go through the camera on to show you it when I start doing the wee selection. So this is a size 10 Partridge Patriot double in black nickel. The thread that I'm going to use to tie the fly is the Uni thread 80 in red, because you're looking at a red head on this fly. I'm just going to come in and get the thread started a couple of mil behind the eye of the hook. I'm just going to run on about 4 or 5 mil of thread, remove the waist tag of thread, the tag and the rib. Now, I don't usually do this, so that's why I'm doing it. I'm going to tie it on top this time. Usually when you watch my videos I'll tie it in underneath, but you can tie it on top as well. Then just work your thread down until you're in line, or just slightly past the points of the hooks will be grand. Then just come round with your 4 or 5 turns, whatever you like. I'm going to take 4 of the oval silver tinsel to create our tag, and on the last turn bring it up and underneath the hooks, or in between the hooks and underneath the shank, and that will catch that in for you. We'll trim this right the length of the body or so. Then I'm going to work my thread back down, tied up against the tag. Now the tail, you're just looking at golden pheasant brace feather. This is just natural. Could we fly this tied with the golden pheasant dyed red or claret? And if you haven't got the golden pheasant, just use a cock hackle in either colour. Now I'm just going to come round with a couple of turns to catch in the golden pheasant brace feather, then fold back the tip, bring your thread back up over the tip and the hackle. Just like to bring my thread to the front of the hook, just to give me room to work. Then we're going to come round, stroke these back, and just wind this around the hook. Right, don't get too hung up with the catch on you. Go back and forward and all that sort of stuff. You don't need to. It'll be grand. Just wind it onto there, and bring your thread back into position. Follow your thread round to catch in the stem. Now, I'm going to keep the stem just in underneath here, and just work it forward to there. I'm going to break it off. This just makes for a stronger fly. Then I'm just going to come in and, with my trusty toothbrush, just to save my fingers more than anything, and just brush that back. Now we need to get another length of our oval silver tinsel, and that's the one there that I'm using, size 14. Just going to catch this in underneath, bring it in underneath the shank of the hook, then work our thread down. Now, closer I get the tail, I'm just going to come in, just sweep back all the fibres and work my thread tight up against the tail, not on top of it. Don't tie on top of it, especially. This is going to be a floss body. So floss that I'm going, the rear body is bright yellow. Right, we're on the last knock on the ad spool, so that's that done. Just offer this up to the hook. Get it in my finger and thumb first. Just put it in the length. Then work our thread up. Tying this in. Then we'll just come round with our bright yellow floss, just in overlapping turns, just to give it a nice colour to the body. Follow that around with your thread. A couple of tight turns in, a couple of turns is all you just need, guys. You don't be going nuts with turns of thread all the time. You don't need it. Yeah. 3 turns of the oval silver tinsel. The turns will catch that in. Trim that off, then we'll leave that for the front body. And the mid hackle is a red cock hackle or hen. I'm going to use a hen hackle here. Just going to stroke back the fibres just to reveal the tip. Offer this up to the hook, room with a turn, going to fold the tip back. Just tie up over the tip on the hackle. Break away the tip of the hackle. And we're just going to take one turn in front of the other. And with this being a hen hackle, one full turn, or a turn and a half if you like, will be enough to there. Apply this around with my thread. Now, just going to strip away the fibres from the stem, work my thread forward, break the stem away. Just make sure that that's the hackle well tied in there now. Just brush that out a wee bit. Excuse me, now we're looking at the business. We'll just want to come back in with another length of our oval silver tinsel. Just going to catch it in underneath. Just work this down tight up against the mid hackle. Front body, just looking some Black Flos, just rayon floss. You'd use dubbing as well, you don't have to use floss. Use a nice bright yellow dubbing and a nice bright black floss that maybe has some UV through it. Then we're just going to come up with our Black Flos. Just in touching turns, a couple of turns will catch that in. Come in and trim that away. Same again, come up with our oval silver. 3 turns. Apply this around with our thread. A couple of turns will catch that in. Trim that away. Bring it back up. Now you have a decision to make here. You can put the jungle cock on now if you wish, or you can leave it. I'm just getting the jungle cock down, sorry about that. I'm going to put mine on after I put the front hackle on. Now, this is a nice purple hen hackle, or a cock hackle at the front. In purple. It's up to you. Just going to offer this up to the hook. Come around with a turn, fold the tip of the hackle back. Just tie up over the top of the tip. Excuse me, and the hackle. Same again, probably a turn and a half will do it here. Just because the hen hackles are just a wee bit more denser. Just going to do it there. I'll follow this around with my thread. A couple of tight turns. Come in and just trim away the stem of the hackle. Then just sweep everything back. Bring our thread back up just over the top. Now we're looking the business. I love that I'm getting more and more used to tying the Irish shrimp patterns with the hen hackles rather than the cock, but you can see that's really nice, that colour. Now we just need 2 jungle cock eggs, so just got a wee cape here. So we'll just get ourselves 2 nice eggs. I see once you get into, I was talking to a boy the other day and he was saying he finds it a wee bit challenging, not say difficult or he can't, but a wee bit challenging to tie Irish shrimp flies. These are the easiest flies to tie. And all you do is break them up into 3 sections of flies, especially if you're a trout angler and you tie trout flies. Now we've just got the 2 jungle cock eyes. Instead of me talking rubbish, just offer these up to the hook. Just going to come in and hold them onto the hook. Just come around with a couple of turns. Now you want them roof style. You want them up into the hackle they got at the front, and that's the way you want to tie them if you're tying them in before the front hackle. Okay, so just hold them here, pinch them, take another couple of turns, then we're going to come in and just fold back the stems of the hackle. Just tie up over the top now, keeping your thread tight. Just break away the stems of the jungle cock, still keeping your thread tight. Just come in and throw in a whip finish. Now we're going to brighten the head up, and to do that we're going to use some Glue Bright Floss number 3, which is this nice red. Now you don't have to use Glue Bright Floss, you could just finish it with the red thread of the ground. I'm just going to come in, just start off where we left off with our red thread. Just a wee bit tighter there, Scotty. That's it now. Just build it up over the top. Trim that away. And then just come in and put in a whip finish. Just put a wee bit of a shape into the head at the same time here. Put your thread tight. Come in, trim away your tan thread. And that's the wee pattern complete. Now it's going to swim really well, especially with the hen hackles. If you don't have hen, just use cock. Now I'm just going to come in, just as you always do with my salmon flies, just a wee lick of super glue just around the head. Now just don't touch your dressing with this stuff. It's just ruin all your hard work. And there you go, guys. That's the Owenmore shrimp, the Tolan. Now tie a few of those up. Doesn't matter, just because it's called the Owenmore, just for anybody that isn't watching the videos, it's from Ireland or the UK, this will work anywhere. It was tied originally, like I said at the start of the video, by the late Michael Tolan for the Owenmore and the Owen Duff Rivers in County Mayo. So if you fish down around there, you'll know the pattern, you'll know the fly. So enough talking. Anyway, tie a few of those up. Hopefully they can catch you a few fish. Until next time, please stay safe, keep tan, and if you're out fishing, tight lines,